everybody. I am coming to you from South Africa, Johannesburg in particular. In today's video, I'm going to review some of the comments to my most popular video to date, Microaggressions, a weapon used to silence Black women in the workplace. And I will link the video in the description below. In the video, I talked about pet to threat. Pet to threat is a phenomenon that was coined by Dr. Keisha Thomas and other doctors. I will put their name in the description box. What pet to threat has to do with is a Black woman starts a position and somebody in upper management, executive leadership takes an interest in mentoring this person, usually a Caucasian man, and he takes his time, he invests in this Black woman to help her to gain or improve her competencies so that it can help her in her career. Generally, what happens with pet to threat is this Black woman, she learns these competencies, she does an outstanding job, she becomes recognized for her competencies as a mentee or protege. He sees her as a pet. But as she evolves or starts to show her abilities, skills, experience, and education in a way that other people notice, she begins to shine. The mentor will become threatened or feel threatened by this Black woman. That phenomenon is called pet to threat. Okay. So I'm going to read a comment where one of the individuals who saw the video is responding, or her comment has to do with some of the information that I provided in the initial video about pet to threat. And what she says is, oh my God, that pet to threat situation has happened to me. I was hired, trained, and mentored by the VP of a company I was working for. He was my bestie. His boss noticed me, promoted me within 3 months to management. I created a new department, hired a team, wrote a training manual that saved the company tens of thousands per week. Within 6 months, they were having meetings about promoting me to VP. He stopped talking to me completely. I was crushed. I thought he'd be proud and happy for me. I was now a threat to shaking my head. This is not uncommon. I've seen it, I've experienced it, and though this particular phenomenon was coined to focus on Black women who are getting mentored mostly by white men, and let me just explain to you why I think that happens. That happens because in most of your higher executive level positions, you have white men. You don't have other individuals who are really at the top of the executive level. And Black women are usually at the bottom in management, in leadership, in other areas. So that's why I think you see this between those two demographics. Okay. Let's go on to another comment, and I am reading these comments from the actual video itself. Let's read the next comment. The person says, this is the first time hearing about the pet to threat and microaggressions. I experienced it with a white male colleague. Initially, he mentored, trained, and befriended me and took me under his wings. When I settled into my new position and got comfortable, he suddenly changed and saw me as a threat because my boss, who happened to be a white female, really liked me. I even got a raise 6 months after I was hired. My white male colleague started to sabotage my career and started to gossip to my boss behind my back. I was completely crushed and ended up quitting on the spot because the environment became too toxic. I have seen that. I have experienced that, where you have a person who you looked up to. Most people look up to their mentors. They respect their mentors. They appreciate their mentors. I mean, if you're not appreciating your mentors, I'm going to tell you now, you need to start. You need to thank them. Okay, I've been a mentor, and there are times when I have not been thanked. That is some nasty work when you don't thank folks. But anyway, getting back to this person's comment with the phenomenon of pet to threat, you have the sabotage component. This person who initially took you under their wing, they showed you the ropes and they poured into your career. And I'm not going to get into their motives for doing whatever because I don't always know people's motives. We don't know people's motives. People do what they do. But when we're talking about pet to threat, the thing that makes it insidious is a mentoring relationship is a partnership. It's built on trust. It's built on respect. And so you have a mentor, generally somebody who should have more experience than the person he or she is mentoring in whatever topic or field. There's a respect, a reverence, if you will, for the mentor. And when that mentor violates the trust of the mentee by sabotaging your mentee, by gossiping about him or her, that has to be, I believe, one of the most painful types of betrayal because in a mentee-mentor relationship, you're supposed to feel safe, is what I'll say. And in that safe space, you're supposed to be able to share things. In mentoring partnerships, I personally find it better when the mentor is not the mentee's supervisor because that relationship is different. As a supervisor, you're evaluating your staff, their performance, and you don't want that because you want the mentor to feel comfortable giving guidance. I'll do a video about mentoring and mentees. It'll be a part of our Career Guides for Black Girls series. Well, what I'm getting at, when you have this mentor who has decided, hey, I'm going to break this trust because this person's light may dim my own light. That is your clue. That person is insecure and should have never been a mentor to begin with. There's a couple of things that I have always seen in toxic environments, and I've talked about them in prior videos. I will do another video dedicated to just that. What I have seen in toxic environments as it relates to the characteristics of toxic leaders. One, toxic leaders tend to be incompetent. Some of them know their job, they know it well, but many of them are very incompetent. Two, they're immature. Toxic leaders or leaders in toxic workplaces that allow the toxicity to continue are immature. And why do I say that? Because a lot of times they in the mess. As a leader, you are responsible for that workplace. You are responsible for ensuring that you create and nurture a workplace that is supportive to optimal performance and support the staff and leadership. And if you are an individual that's in the mess, which I find most of these leaders are, you're immature and you shouldn't even be a leader. That's number two. The third characteristic that I've seen in every single toxic leader is insecurity. And this is what this leader was based on this person's description. If you are a leader and you're insecure, I'm saying you need to step down. You need to sit yourself down and do something to build your confidence because you are harming people that you're supposed to be helping, you're supposed to be leading, you're harming the company and you're harming the customers, both internal customers and external customers. I'm looking you dead in your eye and telling you, if you are incompetent, immature, or insecure, you're a leader, you need to sit down, you need to improve in those three areas and then come back once you have. So in this situation, when this lady is saying that this person went behind her back and started gossiping about her, that's an insecure person. And it's an ignorant person, I may add that, and shouldn't even be a leader. And it makes me question, what type of leadership vetting did that company do? Okay. All right. Well, I will talk to you all soon. I'm in South Africa, y'all. I'm in South Africa. It's a beautiful place. I'll talk soon.